Good morning and welcome to Sunday special of Dr. Lamba explaining Sikhism, and we talk today of that melody which is called Anand Sahib. Now Anand is commonly presumed to mean happiness, but it's not just happiness. It is a state of ecstasy, a state of bliss where you merge in the cosmos. And this scripture was authored by the third Guru, Guru Amar Das. And he also said that it is to be sung in that classical Indian raga called Ramkali. It is on page 917 to 922 of Guru Granth Sahib. As a matter of fact, this is one of the 5 compositions which are recited when Amrit is being prepared. Now, Amrit is a mixture of sugar crystals with water, which is started with a double-edged sword, and scriptures are being read. And this water, nectar that's prepared, is then used to baptize somebody in the Khalsa brotherhood. So when that's being prepared, and then not only that, this hymn is also a part of daily prayer in the morning. People read it at other times as well, but normally it's read in the morning. And the purpose is that by reading it, you are attuned to the state of bliss and ecstasy without any pain, without any misery. The hymn contains 40 stanzas, but customary what they have done is the first 5 stanzas and the last one, and these are recited before the prayer, ardas, at every Sikh congregation. This shortened hymn of 6 stanzas is also recited on the occasions of marriage and rejoicing, before large feasts, and preparation of prasad, the sacred food. It is also recited before his prayer is done at the death of somebody. And it is as blissful deemed to be as Sukhmani by Guru Arjan Dev or Japji by Guru Nanak. Now the point is, there is a certain story which comes to my mind how this scripture came to be written. One day Siddha Yogi came to Guru Amar Das and humbly addressed him, Sir, I have been seeing you and I am fortunate to have met you. I have performed all sorts of penance, but they are of no use. I want to have mental rest and assurance that when I die, I shall be born in your family and be happy, worshipping God and singing His praise. And the Guru replied, perfection and happiness are not obtained by calling oneself a siddha or having many followers. It is by devotion to God that real happiness is obtained. And as you wish to be born in my family, you shall be. You shall be born in my family as my grandson and the son of Mori. The yogi wanted to pursue his devotion without interruption, retired to the margin of Byas, and then died. On seeing his newly born grandson, who was Mori's second son, the Guru composed Anand, this song, the song of joy, an eulogy to bliss, an ode to happiness. And this was recited on the spot without any preparation after he took the infant in his lap and then called him Anand. Now Bhai Santokh Singh in his Guru Pratap Suraj Granth also writes in Ras 1 of Granth Sahib that Guru Amar Das composed it at his old age at the time of birth of his grandson, whom he named Anand. He also mentioned the story of meeting of Guru with that Siddha Yogi. So maybe it's an archetypal story, but Nobody can deny that Anand, the grandson of Guru Amardas, was a very respected personality. Now, Anand is the word Sanskrit, derived from the Sanskrit word Anandi. Nand means to rejoice, to take delight, and it denotes a mystical experience, spiritual bliss, a state of consciousness. Much is that of the Jivan Mukti, the release of the body, the salvation. So none is there. This is derived from that. And Encyclopedia of Sikhism, page 118. This is mentioned in simple words, you can say, it's a state of bliss, ecstasy, eternal peace, and real, not artificial joy that you derive from merrymaking. It can be a state of individual soul. It is said that the person who would recite this band in the morning with dedication, with attention and comprehension, that's the most important thing, shall achieve the state of bliss and peace of mind. And this Anand pertains to the bliss of soul. It doesn't diminish in adversity. So whether you are prosperous or you are in adverse circumstances, you are at peace. This is exactly what Milton writes in Paradise Lost. Peace, calm of mind, all passion spent. Now, how to obtain Anand? So Guru Amardas says that Anand can be attained by union with a God. And that is by absorption of the name, the word Naam. The very beginning of Anand Sahib is very clear. It's an affirmation that the experience of Anand comes only when you are meeting your Guru and also imbibing and practicing his instructions. Anand piya meri mai, Satguru mein paya. Satgurta paya sahaj sati, man vajiya vadhaiya. Oh my mom, I am in a state of bliss. I have found my true Guru. I have attained the true Guru with tranquility and peace, and with mind is jubilation and joy. I am in a state of what the Sufis would call hala. Now, the longing for Anand is there in every human being. It's universal. But very few maintain it. And that is because for maintaining it, you have got to develop a sense of detachment. And the grace of the Guru is the only source to obtain it. Anand sabe ko kahe, Anand Guru te janaya. Janaya Anand sada Guru te kirpa kare vyapara. So everybody talks of bliss. But they forget that the bliss without proper guidance, without proper training, is not possible. It's only known through Guru, the beloved ground. And then Guru Amardas says the stability of mind, which is sahaj, cannot be realized with a formal rituals. Now here, if I go with a modern philosophy, rituals do give you peace of mind. But Guru Amardas says, no, it doesn't. So karmi sahaj na upaje, when sahaje sahaj na jaye. By religious rituals, intuitive poise is not found, and without intuitive poise, skepticism doesn't depart. So this is what is there in Anand Sahib. You receive an intuitive state of bliss, without doubt. Now, another thing which comes in this, people forget it, it's not an intermediate state in the journey of a mankind towards death. It's a liberation from all suffering and sorrows, sickness and pain. And from freedom comes supreme bliss. Hence the best means to experience Anand. Our happiness is liberation from the worldly material attachment. That's it. liberation from the emotion of lust, anger, greed, passion, liberation from the fear of death. And he writes further, Kar kirpa kilvik kare, ज्ञान अंजन सारिया अंदर जना के मोह तिन का शब्द सच्चे सवारिया के आनंद ए आनंद है के नानक ए आनंद है आनंद गुरु का जानिया so the spiritual wisdom eradication for attachment is bliss. He is defining the state of bliss, and then he says once you are in a bliss then you are removed from all the pain and the misery. दुख रोग संताप उतरे सुनी सच्ची बानी संत साजन पे सर से पूरे गुटे जानी सुनते पुनित कहते पवित्र सतगुर रिया पर पूरे बिनवंत नानक गुर चरण लागे वाजे अनतुरे. And this is what touches you most sensitive place, your mind. Listening to the true Banu, I am rid of pain, illness and suffering. The saints and the friendship they create are in a state of ecstasy, knowing it from the perfection. Pure are the listeners and pure are the speakers, because the true God is all pervading and penetrating. So Nanak prays in the soul of those who touch the Guru's feet, vibrate and resound unstuck bhagat. So what's the subject matter? In the opening stanza, the Guru tells us that it's through Guru that the bliss is obtained. And then the next 8 stanzas, Guru enjoins one man to dwell on holy word, the word, not an individual. And that was what Guru Gobind Singh then said, that the last Guru shall be Guru Granth, the holy word. So this is exactly what Guru Amar Das is saying. E man meria, tu sada ro har naal ro tu man mere dukh sab sana. So you will forget all pain, you will forget all suffering. One, you recite. And then in the 10th and the 11th stanza, Guru tells us that the God cannot be obtained by intellectual cleverness, because that might be fascinating and alluring, but it imprisons you in the material aspect. E man chanchala chitrai kine na pai. So fickle mind, cleverness doesn't help. In stanzas 12 to 21st, and half of the Anand Sahib is completed, the Guru defines God as infinite and fathomless, and dwelling on the love of the God can live a life different from the ways of the world and become blissful. So these stanzas, Agam Agochar Tera Antna Paya, so it's defining the God, defining the limitless. Oh, this is what I said, Agam Agochar Tera Antna Paya. Oh God, you are inaccessible, you are unfathomable, your limits cannot be found. Patit hoye jina jinni harte aaya. So, pavitra hoye jina. So those people who listen to you become holy. Then in the next stanzas, from 22nd to 25th, you are told the difference between the mind-oriented people and the Guru-oriented people. Bemukh and Sanmukh. The people who believe that they are a part of the cosmos and the people who are individualistic. Jeko goto vemukh hove, tin sadgur mukhat na pave. Those who go away from God cannot become liberated, cannot receive salvation. And then 26 to 34 stanza, again, is a description of nature, creation. And that, not only that, but even material. So it's a description of creation, which is alluring, material things which have a captivating, bewitching attraction. E maya jit hartan vise moh upje pau duja lagi. So such is the nature of the creation. that the Lord is forgotten and emotional attachment and love of the duality wells up. And then in the next four stanzas, 35 to 39, the Guru asks the human beings as to what goal he has after God gave him the body and gave him the birth. Has he tried to achieve those goals? These stanzas are in fact not addressed to an individual. They, these stanzas are addressed to the individual parts of the human body as if they have a life of their own. And that's beauty. Possibly this is the only place where each organ, each part of the body is addressed. He says, first this is the body as a whole. ए श्री राम मेरे इस जग में आए के क्या क्या तुझ कर्म कमाया. Oh my body, you came into this earth, in this world. What action have you done? What have you achieved? And then he goes to the eyes. ए नेत्र मोरियो हर तुम मति जोत तरी हर बिन अवर न देखो कोई. Oh my eyes, God gave you light to see. But are you seeing it? And this way he goes to address each portion that have you performed the job you are supposed to do. And the last stanza is that when you hear the last stanza, this hymn, the complete from the first stanza to the last stanza, then your desires will be fulfilled. Anand Sonovat Pakiyo, Sagal Manorat Pure, Par Brahm Prapaya, Sagle, Utre Sagal Vasure. So listening to this song of bliss, you fortunate ones should know that your wishes, your longings will be fulfilled. You shall obtain the Supreme Lord and your sorrows will be forgotten. So Guru Amar Das writes of the supreme bliss he experienced, enjoyed and attained on meeting his Guru, Guru Nanak. And he is in fact transmitting that experience through this hymn. It's a devotional composition that lays emphasis on spiritual regeneration. It's a discourse on God's glory and grandeur. It removes sorrows and pains, enables you to control 5 basic instincts. And then, what's the main source of Anand? Meditation, listening to scriptures. And then not only listening but implementing what is taught there. Guru Amar Das has described the mystical experience of Anand in very simple words. The language is extremely simple, which anybody can comprehend. And he tells that the real purpose of birth is reunion with the God by emulating the divine virtues. And attaining that is the important for Sikhism. And Anand Sahib is chanted at, as I said, all religious occasions, right from the birth to the death. And this, what I call the ode to happiness, ode to bliss, is, I think, the ultimate exposition of a state of ecstasy and happiness. Thank you.